What's up guys, Jacob Rothenberg here, going to show you a relatively quick lesson on how to rank page 1 for your keywords on Amazon. In case you don't know, I am the apparent keyword expert in the space of Kindle self-publishing. I make money from exclusively Kindle publishing to the point where I was able to quit my full-time job and be able to do lessons like these for you full-time. So without further ado, let's get on with the lesson. So just to give you a quick preface, product rankings on the Amazon search engine are based on an ever-changing algorithm. So there's multiple factors and influences that go into the algorithm of the product rankings for Amazon. So it could be like the relevancy of a title, of the subtitle. It could be the author's name being considered into the algorithm. It could be the sales volume of a book being a factor in the algorithm. You could also have the number of reviews perhaps playing a role into that same algorithm, and much more. And with that, no one really knows what the exact algorithm is for Amazon. And this is just pertaining to books for product rankings. And anyone who claims that they know this algorithm is lying to you. Like, no one knows what it is. No one knows when it changes, and it has changed over the duration of years. And I've seen it change too over the close to 2 years that I've been doing self-publishing. So, the different things weigh more than others at given times. So it's ever evolving, and it's kind of like playing cops and robbers. So once you kind of figure out the general gist of what the algorithm is and kind of capitalize on that, Amazon can change it any time, and you might have to reformulate your strategy. So that's how this kind of works. With that said, and even from me, with what I'm going to show you, there is no guarantee on any method or technique, even what I'm about to show you with, that any piece of content you upload on Amazon will reach page 1 for a keyword. Now, do I have a good track record of reaching page 1 for the keywords I publish for? Yes, absolutely, I do. Does that mean I'm successful every time I shoot for page 1 for any keyword I publish for? No, not always. So even though I kind of follow I guess you could say, repeatable, replicable technique or set of techniques on Amazon, there's still no guarantee, especially for your keywords that I might not even know, that this will get you to page 1. But that said, it seems to be pretty effective for the keywords I have been able to rank for. So this is just based on my experience. Your results will vary, and not that I'm selling you anything. I'm definitely not selling you anything here. But there's no guarantee that what I'm going to show you is going to work every time. So just take that into consideration. So why is ranking on page 1 important for you new publishers out there? Why is that so important? Because when people are looking for products on Amazon, you need product visibility for sales. If no one can find your product on Amazon, no one's going to find it. No one's going to buy it. I mean, how is it possible? So that's why being on at least page 1, if not the upper half of page 1, is so crucial for making sales. Now, is that meaning to say if you're on page 2 for a super popular keyword that you will not ever make any sales? No, I'm not saying that. It's definitely possible, but it doesn't hurt to be on page 1. Along with that, it helps establish authority for a keyword or a niche. So like if we were doing like cookie making recipes, which might be a profitable keyword, I don't know, wouldn't it help to have like all 3 of your books be on the first page of the cookie making recipe niche? I mean, that makes you like set up as the authority figure of like, this person really knows cookie making, and they must have the best quality books, the best in-demand books for that niche. So that helps you even more so establish a long-term brand. And sometimes you really need to be the top ranking on page 1 for either, I would say, the best amount of sales or even a decent amount of sales for keywords. So Some keywords can be so competitive, and they're probably the hottest keywords right now that you can think of, where, yeah, maybe you can make a few sales on the bottom half of page one, but in order to really make any real amount of significant money, you need to be towards the upper half of page one, sometimes number 1, 2, or 3 in the listing. So, hey, who has ever said, oh my gosh, my book is not selling because it's ranking too high. It's just positioned too high on the Amazon search results. What do I do? Okay, even though we can't substantiate exactly how to rank page one for a keyword, trying to rank as high as possible never hurts. When has it ever hurt someone to rank too high on a search listing for anywhere when you're trying to get traffic? It doesn't hurt. Now, what is the number one ranking in getting on page one, even though it says on my slideshow here? Sales. Reason being, Amazon wants to keep selling books that are proven to be in demand by customers. So they're going to push products that have a track record of being wanted by customers. Maybe there's also, to a degree, an influence in the algorithm where, also the number of views and the number of 5-star reviews play an influence. I personally don't think it plays as much of a role, but hey, I can't prove that or disprove that. So that's something that you got to think of too. But without a doubt, and this is something, at least for now, that is undisputable, and this is something that all top publishers will agree on, is that indeed the number one factor in ranking is sales for a book. If you can sell 20 copies of a book a day compared to your nearest competitor that sells 3 books a day, you are inevitably going to rank ahead of your competitor. That's just the way it works. So, and in the long term, like I said, in order to hold a good ranking on page one, or better yet, on the top of page one, you need sales. You need sustained sales. You need a track record over time to hold your position. So, Jacob, okay, that sounds all good and done, but I'm publishing new books and, well, we're starting from scratch. How do I get sales starting from zero? Here's what you do. First off, as soon as you publish the book, I want you to use paid ads. Not Google ads, not Facebook ads. I want you to use advertising by Amazon, formerly Amazon Marketing Services, formerly AMS, which is what a lot of us still call it because we're used to it. Use that, and it is just so good. With number one, you're literally paying to have the number one spot on page one for a keyword, either the number one or number two spot technically. But if your bid is high enough, you get the number one spot. What else more could you ask in terms of being on page one? You can literally pay for it. So, with that kind of visibility, granted, your book still needs to contain good content, but assuming it does, what better way to get sales than being product number one for a customer to choose from, right? So that works well. Number two, social media promotion. Now, again, I don't mean Google ads or Facebook ads. Those can be expensive, and using those tools effectively have a learning curve to them. And to be honest, I don't know if it's really appropriate to use those for what's considered to be low-ticket items. So what I mean more so is like just sharing your book on social media, sharing it in groups. While it's not super effective, honestly, in getting sales, I've done it before. I know I've gotten at least a few sales from doing so. So that works. Email promotion. Guys, build an email list for your books if you want to. Okay, if you've got a brand and you've got something that you think that a customer will want to buy more than one book of, let's say you've got the keto diet, and now because you have a keto diet book, your customers are probably wanting more information about fat loss. So then you come up with a second book that is related to the best fat loss, weight loss supplements in the market, or like the best paleo recipes for fat loss. Okay? Now you want to push that onto your customers. You want to promote that. And what better way to reach out to your customers than with an email list? So that's how you can get sales too. Like, be creative. If you want to run an email list or not, your choice. But if you've got something where you have a brand and you think you can get optimal lifetime value from a customer, the email list is the way to go, no doubt. And last, if you're starting from zero, have a review team ready. And that entails just having a bunch of people who will purchase your book and leave a review. So you get your reviews done and you get some sales to spike things off right from the get-go. So my best practices for publishing in 2018, and I really believe, at least for now, from what I see, that this will hold true in 2019. And this is something that I do for my books right now. Like I practice what I preach, and this is what I do. Okay, so listen up. Number one, I use advertising by Amazon as soon as possible when I'm releasing a book that I think will sell really, really well, or I need it to get ranked as soon as possible so that I can sell really, really well. I do it even before I get reviews for a title. I literally upload and set up the ad, and I go hard. Everyone's different with cash flow. Everyone has different budgets. But for me, I don't blink an eye at having a daily budget set for $50 a day for a book that needs that kind of volume for traffic, clicks, and sales. So, spending money to make money is a real business, okay, guys? If you think, oh, he had to spend $1,000 to make $4,000, what a loser. Okay, would you rather spend $1,000 to make $4,000 or spend $200 to make $1,000? And let's just keep it at that. I'm not talking about scaling it up, but in terms of like, do you want to make $3,000 or do you want to make $800? Okay, you want to make $3,000. You want to play big. So I play big with ads. I have big budgets, and the numbers don't lie with my income. So that's how I do it. And number two, and this is my personal opinion, but I think it's something that a lot of top publishers will also agree on, is that people over-rely. I think it's less so now, but I still see it sometimes, okay? People over-rely on the number of reviews they think they need for a book, okay? You don't need 50 reviews to effectively sell a book. I have titles that only have 10 reviews. Okay, I do have some that are 20 reviews also, but it's not so important, okay? So even 10 reviews is fine. 20 reviews is great. 20 reviews is all you really need. 30 is like the max you would, like, in your head ever really need. Like beyond that, it's just like, okay, unless you're going against Tony Robbins, who has thousands of reviews, you wouldn't want to compete against him anyways. But as a self-published author, like 30 reviews is all you ever need. Like, my gosh. Beyond that is just crazy. So people over-rely on reviews, guys. Like, get sales, get the money, get the big money. And I see this also with students I coach one-on-one, and it's funny, they all ask me the same questions at around the same time. So so I just got to say this, guys. Do not stop ad campaigns that are profitable, okay? Like, Jacob, this ad campaign so far, I only had a spend of $2, and it's made me $20 so far. What should I do? Well, I'm not going to tell you to stop it, right? I'm not going to... Why? Why would you stop it? I mean, but it's moving too slow. I only got to spend $2 to make 20. Yeah, but you spent $2 to make 20. Okay, so keep it running. You're not in pain. You're not hurting. You're good. Everything's good. So keep it going. And Jacob, well, maybe if this is slow because my daily budget's only $1. Is it okay if I increase it to $3 a day? Hey, it's a good campaign, all right? You're making 10x your money. So definitely play around, increase your budget, and maybe eventually you're only going to make 5x or 3x your spend. Oh well, you spent $1,000 to make $3,000 once again. Like, come on. That's how business works, guys. Don't be afraid, especially on good campaigns that are profitable, to increase your budget. Why are you afraid? Why? Seriously, think about that. Why are you afraid? Okay, that's my spiel for that. So, that's all I've got, guys. We've got more lessons coming. Be sure to hit the like, to subscribe, and leave me a comment below with any questions you have, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Have a good one.